Guys, at this point, I'm fully convinced that Turo rental coverage is a scam. They'll do anything they can to avoid coverage. I recently started renting out my vehicle and already got a huge dent in the fender. Turo immediately denied my claim the next day when the damage was extremely obvious. What's going on, YouTube? Your boy is back with another video, man. Today we are going to be talking about damage claims. We're going to be breaking down how damage claims work, how to go about them, and that includes pre-trip and post-trip, how to win off of them, and also we're going to discuss just how insurance works and specifically rental coverage works. So let's address that. That first thing I read, by the way, that was not my words. You could probably tell the tonality of it. It wasn't really my words. And I'm not a crybaby. I don't complain. I don't cry like that. I take accountability. Because I've had certain stuff denied. It happens, you know. Not damage. Never damage denied. But other things, I've had smoking fees denied. All learning experiences, guys. I think every host's biggest concern when it comes to damage claims is having their claim denied. This vehicle, which is already has an expense that goes with it, but you're sending it out, having it returned, not the way you sent it out, clearly damage to it, and now Turo's denying your claim, and you're stuck with that burden. Which means, I mean, your business can completely go under for something like that if it's a really bad accident, and if you're not insurance savvy, if you don't know how to finesse it, if Turo were to deny that claim. But again, story for another day. Let's talk about having your claim denied. So this person, the first person, it was on Reddit, by the way. I see a lot of this stuff on Reddit, so it's a very common concern. Guys, anytime Turo denies your claim, it's usually only one person's fault, and it's yours. For sure your fault. I mean, realistically, pretty much every claim that they deny, it's always on the host. You got to take accountability. You got to learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from it, you're going to do it again, and then you're just going to keep blaming Turo, and eventually your business is going to fail. It is what it is. I've seen it happen. It'll happen. First, let's start with how insurance. First, let's start with the I see a lot of people saying, you know, they kind of bash Turo. Turo's, you know, insurance is a scam. Turo does everything they can to avoid paying. Guys, we got to understand what Turo is, what the platform is. It's a car sharing platform. So they're the middleman between hosts and guests. If I were to just do my own bookings off platform, now I need to go get my own renter's insurance. Now I need to figure out my own way to communicate with guests, make my own platform. See, it's a lot of stuff that they're doing that alleviates a lot of headaches for us, the hosts. So by them having that platform, having that interface, having every solution to every issue that happens between a renter and host, that's very it's very valuable. And having all the customer support, they're very helpful, honestly. But it's all very valuable. But they themselves are not the insurance providers. They have never paid out money for anyone's claim. Turo does not pay money for claims. They're not an insurance company. They're able to provide insurance to us hosts through Liberty Mutual. It says it right on the app. Liberty Mutual is the people, or is who they use as their insurance platform. So we need to have an understanding of what insurance is. But so as long as we understand the difference, Turo, rental platform. Liberty Mutual, insurance company. They are going to insure these vehicles while they're on out on rentals. So let's understand the functions of an insurance company and how insurance companies make their money. Everyone needs insurance. You need insurance for pretty much everything. Life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, house insurance. There's a million different, home insurance. There's a million different things that need insurance. And some could argue insurance itself is a scam because you're essentially paying monthly for something you don't need necessarily. For example, car insurance, you could go 4 years without an accident. You need to have insurance. I mean, if you get in one accident, it's not even legal, but if you get in one accident, then you're screwed for not having insurance. So it's one of those things we're forced to pay for. They will continuously push their premiums up, and we're stuck having to pay for it. And one of the insurance company's biggest jobs is to deny claims, deny coverage. Now you might say, yo, Rizzy, this is not fair. I am paying all this money to be insured. And guys, again, we're not talking Turo specific. I'm just talking insurance in general. I'm paying all this money to be insured. And now that I go to the insurance company to make a claim, they're trying to lowball me. They're not trying to pay out. Guys, it's a business. If I told you, hey, I'll give you $5,000 for a rainy day. If anything happens to you, I will give you $5,000. No, make it $10,000. I will pay up to $10,000 for anything you may need. Anything that goes wrong, I'll give you $10,000. But in return, you need to give me $50 a month. $50 a month. And that's how we're going to do this. And now we're 3 years in, you give me $50 a month. My business is getting that 50 per month, and say I have 50 people on the same plan. I'm getting all those $50 per month. Guys, it is not helping me to ever actually have to pay out $10,000. I don't want to do that. I want to be paid off being able to do that for you, but it does not benefit me to be giving my money to you, right? And so the insurance company is never winning when you're filing a claim. They're losing. That is a loss that they're taking. Imagine if everyone that's insured by them all filed a claim at once. Do you think as the insurance company, you'd be rushing to just make sure everyone's taken care of, or you're going to find every reason why to deny coverage? It's just how insurance works. So when you're talking about Turo, you're talking about we're talking about Turo's coverage, you're really just talking about insurance as a whole, because this is how insurance works across the board. I'll give you a story. Don't want to be too long-winded, but I'll give you a story. I have a property in Vegas. I rent it out. It does great out there. I'll send you guys a link underneath. But I have this property. We had a leak under the sink. The sink was totally flooded down there. Talked to the people who were fixing it. It was going to have to go through insurance, but he's telling me the information of, hey, so it's a very minor leak. You would have never been able to see it. It's so minor. But when you talk to insurance, you can't tell them that. You need to just tell them there's a leak under the sink and it's flooded, flooded underneath. He's insurance savvy. Had I told them it was this minor leak, they would then say, oh, well, based on our agreement, for it to have been a month or months at a time of this baby leak, because it's flooded now, that means that you as the homeowner weren't doing your job, because you should have identified that, because now it's a long-term issue, which is not covered under this. We would have covered it had the pipe burst. Boom. Your insurance company or your housing insurance would have covered that. So you got to understand, their job is to deny coverage. It's a business, guys. You are running a business, so you need to understand and respect other people's business. I say that because understanding this will determine how you pursue damage claims. That being said, as a platform, I would say Turo, dealing with all their damage claims, they are extremely fair. Fair, guys. When they tell you to take up to 40, 30, whatever pictures prior to the trip, that is for your own benefit. You need to take pictures of every single panel. If you don't have a picture of what you're claiming was damaged, they will not pay that out. It is what it is. Why would they? We told you to do your part. Our insurance company is not going to cover you because you didn't do your part. We don't have proof. They are not going to pay out unless they have to. But now, if you have a clear image of the car, your coverage is going to be there. But guys, every single thing you could possibly report, if there's not a photo, it's not going through. I'll give you an example of this. Smoking fees. Just having the smell alone is not enough. You need to have before pictures of inside of the car. Then you need to have after pictures with some type of marijuana or some proof of smoking, whether it's ashes, whatever it is. There needs to be visible proof that was not there prior to the trip. This also needs to be done within a 24-hour window. Even that's pretty lenient, because they could say as soon as you pick it up, you need to document it because you could have left off after and damaged it, following the trip. So now that we've covered, how insurance works, let's discuss how it pertains to your trip, how you can ensure that your damage claim will be accepted. Guys, Turo tells you prior to every trip, submit trip photos. This is for insurance coverage purposes. You need to have every single inch of that car, a picture taken of it. You can't just, take a few and then be looking back and realize, ooh, I didn't really get the bottom side of the front bumper and now it's clearly scraped. Guys, it is what it is. I get how obvious it is. Obviously, I didn't send it with a huge dent in the door. Okay, fine. But they don't know you. They're running a business. The insurance company Liberty Mutual is running a business. If they don't have a picture of that door being banged in, why would they want to give you money? Especially with all the insurance fraud that goes on, why would they be pressed to give you money? They're losing money by doing that. So you need to cover your bases. Every single panel, every single inch of that car, you can never take too many photos, needs to be taken. Your whole windshield could be completely smashed in. If you didn't take a picture of the windshield, they're not covering it. Simple as that. If you don't have a picture before and then an after picture, it's not happening. You can just give up. It's not going to happen. And this also pertains to things like smoking fees. My first smoking fee that I would have, or my first smoking fee claim that I sent in, it got denied. It was my own fault. It was the one time I didn't take interior photos, and guess what? I learned from that. If you don't have a before picture of the interior, then an after picture with evidence of smoking, you're not going to get covered. And I soaked a little, but I didn't go and blame Turo and say, hey, Turo wants to deny coverage. They don't want to get you paid. Guys, Turo wins off of you getting paid. They don't make money off of insurance claims. They make money off of the percentage of your trip that they're getting per trip. So they want you to get as many trips as possible. They're not benefiting from making hosts unhappy. That's not what's going on there. It's their insurance company saying, we will not pay out claims if there's not a before and after picture where we can clearly see evidence that this happened. Otherwise, cool. No, we're not paying it, but we're going to continue to get paid as the insurer. You understand? So for your pre-trip, you need to take as many photos as possible, interior and exterior. Do not play around with this. Now, one thing, guys, one thing you're probably not doing is checking your tire tread. You can either get a quarter or you can actually get a tire tread gauge, whatever it's called, and show that the tire tread is where it needs to be. Because if I'm your renter, I could go for a drive, get into an accident, and then say, I lost traction. I think the tread, whatever it is, and that's another reason for the insurance to say, nope, we're denying coverage. We can't do it. The car was not ready to go. The same thing applies for service lights, check engine lights, prior damage to the car. If you already have a cracked bumper and someone makes it worse, they will deny that because there was already previous damage. For all they know, that damage led to that. They're trying not to pay. It's an insurance. It's the way it works. You need to give them no choice but to just show the evidence. Once you have the evidence, guys, and Turo they are quick with it, guys. They are extremely quick with it. When you cover your bases and you do your part right, whether it's insurance, whether it's damage whether it's damage claims, whether it's smoking fees, cleaning fees, guys, they do a great job of being thorough, of being quick. You immediately have the damage or the claims team call you and kind of walk you through things. And they're honestly very good about it. When you actually talk to Turo and get someone on the phone, the representatives are always very thorough and very nice. And you say, oh yeah, well, your pictures look good. It seems like a pretty straightforward claim. We'll have someone send you that first payment or that first estimate, right? Now, let's get into another post I saw on Reddit discussing insurance claims. I rent my car out through Turo. Got damaged. They refused to pay. Turo was like the Airbnb for cars. My luxury car was rented out but never returned by a renter, so it technically was stolen for 2 months. Whoa. When police finally recovered it, it had $5,000 worth of damages. Turo refuses to pay more than $1,300. Supposedly they claim I have $1 million insurance when cars are rented out. What kind of lawyer do I need? Thanks. You don't need a lawyer, my friend. What you need is a mechanic, a body shop. Fuck mechanic. You need a body shop. That's what you need. Because, guys, the first payout any insurance company sends, again, you got to understand insurance. You can't just think of Turo as this big villain, this big giant. It's not Turo, guys. They're not doing the payout. It's the insurance company. Insurance companies always lowball you. They're never going to send accurate damage money. That's when you then go and get a supplement for your insurance claim. So that means you go to your auto body guy, and he then sends Turo, more specifically Liberty Mutual, he sends them his supplement, which is him saying, I know what you guys quoted, but this is actually what it's going to cost. This is the labor I'm going to have to do. It's going to cost me, take me even longer. So you need to pay for the labor and you need to pay for what it really costs. Because I actually have to remove this whole bumper. If you're smart, that's what they'll tell them. But regardless, they'll always get more money out of insurance to really cover the damage. Because if you're just trying to break even, we're not being savvy about it, fine. If you just want to make sure the damage is covered, then yes, all you need is for that auto body person to say, no, it's actually going to cost this much, and this is the reason why. Then you get another payment from Turo, which covers that. So now, guys, everything is covered. So now you're paid out. You've covered your bases before and after the trip. You took the photos within 24 hours, submitted your damage claim. Turo has paid you your claim, and then you went to your auto body guy, got that supplement, and now they have paid you in full. Where is the issue? Now, depending on what plan you're on, if your car has to be in the shop for a period of time off platforms, if you're on the 75-25 split, they'll pay you $30 a day. If you're on the 60-40, they'll pay you $50 a day. All the lower plans, they won't pay you anything. So guys, there's really no reason to complain about Turo's insurance coverage. If anything, just complain about insurance companies as a generalization, because there's a lot of scamming going on. Don't get me started. I could really go on about there's just a lot of scams in this world. It's kind of how business works, man. We're in a capitalist society, so you got to just understand the game you're playing, understand the opposition, and understand how to best run your business. And guys, in my next video, I'm actually going to teach you guys how minor damage is a huge win for us. It is a big part on the income chain of Turo, or it can be. If you do it the right way. So that'll be a video for another time, probably be my next video after this one. But I hope you guys have some takeaways, and you understand that any claim that gets denied, it's always your fault. You got to look at it that way. If it's not your fault, then maybe quit and find another platform, build your own. It's going to be a hard thing to do. Otherwise, you got to just learn from different things, different experiences, and figure out how you can flip this around and make it profitable for you in the future and make your claim get resolved. Guys, I don't want to run on too long, so I'm going to wrap this one up. But hopefully you guys learned something. Comment down below if you've had any bad experiences, good experiences, and just what you think of Turo's coverage for you guys. All right, man. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Run your business. Make some money. And I'm out.